All characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Copyright 2020, by Team 5.
Kota, also known as the City of Dreams for JEE aspirants. Every year, more than 2 lakh students come here to prepare for one of the toughest entrance examinations in the world. Abhay and Alisha were also one of those JEE aspirants who came to Kota in seek of good education and a bright future. But maybe it was in their destiny they never got what they truly wanted. Let's have a look.
Abhay was a bright student. He was especially gifted in mathematics and physics. Once, the mathematics professor asked him to find the area of cylinder with radius z and height a. Abhay, being an intellectual, derived a full formula from scratch which didn't even exist and solved the question within 10 seconds. Alisha, on the other hand, hated mathematics and physics. She just wrote down all the essential formulas and notes made by her friends to at least get the passing marks.
Soon after completing their 4-year course, Abhay graduated with an astonishing 95.68%, but Alisha failed to earn passing marks. Till now, they didn't have to face any big problem in life. But as I say, if life doesn't give you problems, it means it's going to give you some hardcore problems. After Alisha had failed, she became depressed and stayed at home all the time. It was clear that she was fed up with her life and didn't want to do anything. Soon, her parents retired. Now, Alisha had started facing economic difficulties since there was no one earning in the house. She herself had to find a job.
Due to not paying attention to studies and she wasn't skilled enough to get a good job, so she decided to travel to the nearest village named Mandava in search for some work. She meets up with a large farmer named Krishnalal Rajput Dubey and starts working on his field as a farm labourer during only the monsoon season for a monthly wage of rupees 70, which was way too less to support her family. She hated to work as a labourer and never even dreamt of being a labourer in her life. But maybe life was against her wish and she had to deal with it. His farm was very big, and from that, I literally mean one of the biggest farms in Mandava. About 35 farm labourers could complete all the work, but more than 60 labourers worked there. Alisha knew that her services were not required, and even if 25 labourers exit, the productivity would be the same. But she still worked there. After the monsoon season, she started searching for good jobs but got none.
Though she was visibly employed, she knew she was actually unemployed. She was an unemployed person in disguise, and she was also an unemployed person during seasons other than monsoon. Soon after Abhay graduated, he studied at IIT Delhi and got a job at a private software company named Nanosoft, which promised him a handsome annual salary. He was determined, creative, and a skilled employee, but due to the arrival of better candidates, he was forced to resign. This happened so quickly that he didn't even have enough time to save money for himself. He soon started applying for different jobs but was rejected every time, and sometimes he wasn't even called for an interview. Once, when he was called for an interview, and was also about to get selected, an influential politician called the company to secure the post for his son. Being a graduate from a top-notch university and being highly educated, he was still denied a job. He was educated but unemployed.
Here we saw the story of two students, Alisha and Abhay, and how they both were unemployed. Alisha was a seasonal and disguised unemployed person, whereas Abhay was an educated unemployed person. And it's not only Abhay and Alisha, but 31 million people in India are unemployed. And unemployment is a big issue in this modern era. One way by which unemployment can be reduced is via industrialization of rural areas, which would allow more companies to set up in rural areas, thus creating more jobs and giving opportunities to people like Abhay and Alisha. Soon after the events of the story, Alisha, under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act or MGNREGA, was allocated a job in the village panchayat. Abhay, on the other hand, studied law and soon became a lawyer who fought for youth unemployment, because of which more than 1,000 people got jobs.
Ma'am. Sir.
Yeah, just go away. Get out. You don't. You are not famous. Please go. I request you.
Namaste.